Mephisto is mentioned for the first time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We get a glimpse of Lady Death, and this boy is Agatha's son. The third episode of Agatha All Along is here, and I have to admit the writing here is amazing, so now I understand why. Why did the first two episodes come out together? Because now, in the episodes that will come every week, we will see Agatha's coven facing different trials, and the name of this episode itself was Through Many Miles of Trick and Trials, which is the same line from Ballad of Witches. In this episode, we talked about Agatha's son. We got to see the potion witch's craft. We got a clear look at Lady Death, someone called Thanos, and poor Mrs. Hart. I mean, Sharon is no more. Although we did not see Rio Vidal in this entire episode, which is why there is a tremendous fan theory going on about this. Let me tell you further. So friends, today I'm going to break down the video of the third episode of Agatha All Along. Before starting the video, do not forget to like and subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon to avoid spoilers. Let's start. Episode starts with Witches Road, whereas the name of this episode suggests, witches are also decoding that according to the ballad, they have to go through many trials. You will have to face the worst nightmare, but the problem is that these witches do not have their magic, but this is where this teen suggests witchcraft. This boy is not Billy, but it can be Nicholas Scratch, son of Agatha. I have a closer eye on him than anyone else. From knowing about the Witches Road to knowing about many other things, this is what witchcraft suggests here. You will notice that even while making the potion, he was telling the real meaning of the ingredients. She has more knowledge than the potion witch, and then this sizzle is making us miss. In the episode, there is also talk about Agatha's son. We will talk about this further also, but I want to tell you clearly that we are making the viewers miss, and you will notice that this has happened before too. Remember how Marvel was repeatedly coming up with different names for this series like Agatha Coven of Chaos, Agatha Darkhold Diaries, Agatha House of Harkness, and we thought of them as idiots. It was thought that perhaps Marvel didn't know what it was doing, but then Marvel announced at the beginning of the series marketing that it's been a long game all along. Their quote, a long game going on here. Marvel accidentally revealed in the subtitle of the teaser trailer that boy is Billy, but when he is being called teen in the major parts of the series, then it is clear that the name Billy was deliberately included in the subtitles. After seeing that someone has put a reduction spell on the teen, that too so that the witches do not know who it is, two more names are used here for the teen, Sparkly Little Mystery and Pest that a cranky witch stays under a rock. In the last episode, she was called Miss Cran Sacrifice and whatnot, so keep in mind that names are being used a lot about this teen. Now here Agatha clarifies everyone's motive as to why all those witches have come to the road. Agatha has gained her powers. Jennifer has come to do the unbinding, and is told that she wants to know what happened to her mother. Now Lilia gets to see aging and Lady Death in the episode. This is very shocking. Lady Death is seen for the first time in the MCU. It's theory time. So Lady Death is seen here, along with which a rumor is also going on that Rio Vidal is the Lady Death who came to take Agatha. And she has a fight with Agatha because she is cheating on her, stopping herself from aging by stealing the power of the witches. Plus, that's why she came to meet Agatha in episode 1, on top of all this. The biggest change in the MCU video that Aubrey Plaza, who plays Rio Vidal, it has been said that Marvel wants to feature her character in more projects in the future, and it makes complete sense, because Lady Death could be shown anywhere in Marvel, and it would be awesome. Back to the breakdown, obviously Lila is going far from Lady Death, moving away from death. Now let's come to Alice Wu Gulliver. In the comics, Alice Wu is searching for her mother's killer, who is a demon, and it is clear here that this is why she has come to Witches Road. Here Agatha's coven sees a home ahead. If you are getting a more realistic feeling from the series, then the reason for this is the practical effects used on the series. The creator of the series, Jack Schaefer, in his interview, told that they have tried to use as many practical sets and effects as possible during the filming, so that there is minimal reliance on CGI, which is a very good thing in today's time. So as soon as you enter this house, everyone's clothes start changing. At the same time, the resolution of the episode also changes. This is reminding me of WandaVision, where in WandaVision, when we see the view inside the hex, the resolution is different, whereas when we see the view outside, everything is normal resolution. Looks like Jack Schaefer is the one who created WandaVision, and he has brought her style here in Agatha All Along. Now, as soon as I entered here, someone said that it's like huge tiny lies. There is no such thing as huge tiny lies. Disney can use the word little lies, which is the name of a famous HBO series in which such a house is shown. Now, this is the first trial where a Kawan is poisoning himself by drinking wine and the potion which has to find its antidote. It is a very simple concept. But here, Kawan will also keep seeing hallucination. At the same time, at the beginning of the trial, Jennifer talks to Teen about Agatha, where she tells that Agatha poisoned her son for the Book of Damn, that is Darkhold, where she also says that perhaps her son has become Deem or agent of Mephisto. This is the first time the word Mephisto has been used in the MCU. I was mentioning the name Mephisto during every episode of WandaVision in 2021. But we did not see Mephisto anywhere. Her name came up once too, but this name came up just now. It was something new, plus the name of Agatha's son is Nicholas Scratch. In the comics, Nicholas hates Agatha because Agatha left Salem and went to mingle with the world. Now I tell you, I would like to quickly tell the story of Fantastic Four and 153. In this story, Scratch becomes the leader of New Salem. The witches of New Salem capture Agatha and her trial begins, in which Agatha is found innocent, and then Nicholas sends his child Salem 7, whose powers are taken over by Agatha, and she imprisons Nicholas. In the comics, Nicholas is accused of working for Mephisto, but he reveals his real master is Dormammu. Now back on this breakdown, I feel very clearly that this boy is Nicholas Scratch, who has come to take revenge. I want to tell you that Agatha is not a bad witch in comics, nor she sacrifices her son for the dark world, but here it is shown that she has done the same. Even ahead of Agatha, her hallucination also come, where she also hears the sound of her son crying, but she sees the dark world instead of her son. Agatha further says before drinking the wine, harbingers of doom. Harbingers of doom means bad omens, that is, signs of something bad happening. Doom has nothing to do here, although he is a very great sorcerer. But if you notice here, then Mrs. Sean drinks the wine first, and the hallucination comes to her first from the face wash, where she takes Wanda's name and says, "Let him breathe," so it is clear that Mrs. Sean hallucination. Coming to the first episode of WandaVision, where Wanda is choking Mr. Hart in front of her eyes, and that too is not a good one. Before this happens, Billy asks about Alice Wu's tattoo, where she tells that her mother asked her to get this tattoo done because the people in her family are cursed, and this tattoo removes the curses. Here some demon has put a curse on Alice Wu's family, and it seems that this tattoo will be useful to her in the future. Here she tells that she got this tattoo at the age of 13, to which the teen says that a lot has happened to her at the age of 13. Now we remember that in WandaVision, Billy and her brother Tommy were born and then turned 5 years old. He turned 10 and then he disappeared after the hex was removed, which means he never saw the age of 13, whereas this teen had seen the age of 13. Now you see, there are so many hints here that this boy is not Billy, and all this happened only when I called it a Billy and explained its origin, Mrs. Hart. I mean that Sharon drank the wine first, suffered the swelling first, and faced hallucinations wounds first, while Agatha drank the wine last and suffered all the effects last. Alice saw her mother. Jennifer sees someone who probably gave her a binder because she came to Witch's Road in a binder. And Lilia sees her younger version, older version, and Lady Death, who literally tells the ingredients as well as helps heat the potion. The above potion was incomplete without her blood, so here it was necessary to have Teen along with Kawan, and as soon as the trial is completed, a flood comes. I am telling you that the writing here is very strong, plus it is also worth watching my recap of WandaVision, due to which the details are being understood better. Now the sad thing here is that Sharon passed away. Now this was bound to happen because you will notice that when everyone was putting their hair in the potion, everyone forgot to add Sharon's hair, due to which the potion didn't work on her. But this means that now they will need another member, which may be the entry of Rio Vidal, for whom it was said before the arrival of the series that she is Greenwich and Mrs. Hart. Agatha had fooled Sharon and brought her here. I hope we will see her in the future. I am a big fan of Deborah Bose, whose famous series That 70s Show I would definitely recommend to you. What I am going to say next. I am going to have a spoiler. If you don't want to get a spoiler, then skip 5 to 10 seconds of the video. The presence of Death and Wiccan in this series has been confirmed, and that too from their Funko Pop toys, but still it does not seem that this boy is Billy Kaplan is the only one here. There is something wrong, so friends, this was the breakdown. The writing here of the third episode of Agatha All Along is very strong, and if such a trial is seen in every episode and the mystery remains, then bringing more of these episodes will be successful for Marvel. It will be done, and for us too. But if you have missed any detail or have found any new fact related to this video, please tell us in the comments and share it with us on our social media handles.